Hello everyone. So in this video I'm going to show you how to create this digital clock application using Java. So let's first run a demo of this program and see how it looks. So, as you can see that the frame is opened and this is the window, and you can see the current time which is displayed along with the date and also the month and year. So this is actually my system time and this is also my system date and year. So in this current time keeps on getting updated. So in this video we are going to see how to make this program. So let's start. So first of all, create a new Java file. You can name it anything. I will name it my class, my clock. So first of all we have to import so first I am going to make the GUI part, and then I will move into that clock part. So for GUI I'm going to use swing. So I have to import swing modules. So after doing that I have to create the main method. So in this main method let's create a JFrame object. Frame. And let's name it time. So after that we have to set the position of the frame on our screen. So for that we have to use the set bounds function. So I want to set it in a position of 600, 100 with a width of 500 and a height of let's say 200. So you can play with this part as you wish. And after this we have to set the closing option. So set default close operation. So we want to close it with the exit button, exit on close. So after that we have to set it visible. So frame dot set visible. So to show the frame we have to set it to true. So first of all let's run this and see if our frame is coming up or not. So the frame is visible. Now let's do these components. Let's close this. So I want a panel on this frame, so that panel will contain all these different clock, the times and all that dates. So for that I want to create a panel. So jpanel p new jpanel. And one thing I want to do is to change the layout of the panel. So by default it is a flow layout, but I want an absolute layout. So I have to set the new layout null. So null, by using the null layout we can actually position anything into this panel according to our own coordinate system, and that will help a lot. So after that I can just add this uh, panel to the frame. So dot get content pane dot add. So I want to add this panel, and all other things will be added to this panel. So the first thing that I need is a J label. So this label will show the current time. So CT, let's name it as CT, is equal to J label current time. So let's make this CT as a class attribute. So private J label CT, and also I need another label for that date part. So for date part, let's name it as date only. So this is another which is required. Okay, I have missed the new. Date is new J label. Let's leave this like this only. Now with this CT we want to first set the position. So CT dot set bounds. Let's set it to 10 for 10 and 480 and 60. So this is to set the position, and I want to add the CT2 panel CT. So one thing I forgot, that is this should be static, because it's in the static method, so it should be declared static. So now we have to do the same thing with date. So date set bounds. You have to give a position. The X position will keep it same as the CT1, and Y will be a bit lower. So let's position it to somewhere around 70. Width will be same, so it's 480, and height is also same. And then let's add it CT date. Okay, so this part is done, and now let's see if this is working or not. Everything is so this is current time which we are seeing, and also the date part is also below at some position like here. I have set the string to null, so you can't see it. So now let's move on to the main part, that is the date and time part. So for doing this date and time part, I would like to use a thread. So thread is basically a part of a program, a part of the same program which runs parallelly to the main thread. So it will keep on updating the values while this frame is running. So while this frame is visible, it will keep on updating. That thread will keep on updating the value. So for the thread, we can use the same class as a thread. So I would extend this. I would extend the thread class, and then I'll create a constructor over here. So my clock. So this my clock constructor will be called when the thread is created. So we have to override the run method. So in the run method, we'll do all those thread stuffs and we'll update the things. And before doing that, we have to call this. So after setting the frame visible, we have to create a new instance of this class. So new my class will be called from here, and for this part we will call the start. We'll call the start method to start this thread. So the start method will call this run, and we can run this thread. So in the run part, we'll create something like while true. So we'll run this thread infinitely. So that's why I'm doing this a while true to run this thread infinitely. And so the first thing that we need to get this date and time is we need a calendar object. So to create a calendar object, we first need to import this calendar class from Java utils package. So util.calendar. So calendar will we can use this calendar to get the system date and system time. So it's very simple. So first we are going to do the time calculations. So for time calculation, we need some variables. So we need a calendar variable. So we need this calendar variable. So after that, we need hour, minutes, we'll need seconds, and we need one more variable which will give us the AM or PM. So for that, we would use the integer variable. So private int hour, minute, second, and AM PM. So these are the things used for the time calculation, and also for date we'll need some more variables. So the first will be day of week. So we need the day of week, and then we would need the year, then we need the month, then we'll need the day, the particular day of the month. So let's fill these. So first let's create an instance of calendar. So for creating calendar of the with the current system date and time, so we need to call this static method from the calendar class, that is get instance. So by calling the get instance, we can get a calendar class object. So this after that we would like to get the hour. So for getting the hour, we'll need to call this calendar dot get, and in this field we have to pass the particular constant, so that is the hour constant. So it will be calendar dot hour. So by this we'll get the hour of the day. Then for minutes, similarly we have to do the same thing. Calendar dot get calendar, okay, calendar dot minute, and for second also equals to calendar, it will be not calendar, sorry, dot get and calendar dot we need the second, and AM PM we can also do like same. I would do AM PM and calendar dot AM PM. Here it is. So by this we'll get all the time things, the hour, minute, second, and now we need the dates. So for date, we first we are going to do this day of week, then year, then month, then day. So to get the day of week, we first need this day is cal dot get, like the similar way we did that time part. So we need the day of month. So day of month. So this is a number ranging between 1 to 31. So any one between this range will get this day. And for next thing we need the day of week. So day of week is what is like the Monday, Tuesday, or that. So get day calendar dot day of week, this one. So this as it shows that we are going to get the day of week in this order: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And this is not going to return this thing. It is going to return integer from value from 1 to 7. So Sunday is 1, Sunday is considered 1, and Saturday is considered 7. Like this we'll get. So after this we are going to create the month. Month is get like same dot month, and year is also same. So after doing this, so this part is dates. After doing this, we are going to require something. So first of all, as I have said, that this day of week we have to convert it into a string. So for doing this we need, and also for this month, so month also returns a value between 1 to 12. So I have to convert this to string. So let's create this arrays. So first will be a string array of months. So we'll be taking values from this array and using it in our for showing it to the user. So it will be like Jan. So this is the same thing, the array. I am copy pasting this from my previous program. So this part. So we have to just write this in this order: January, February, March, April, and it will end with December. So this array is very useful for determining the month from that month number, and also I need the same for the days. So for days I'm going to use this array. So this will return me the days by the day number. So now we have since we have created those array, we need to get the day and also the. So before doing that, we can first select the date and time and the AM PM. So first, converting the AM PM to string, we need to do this. We have to give a condition that if AM PM is equal to 1 or it's 0. So in case if it's 0, so it's always AM. So let's make another string type object, and let's name it as S. So this S will contain the AM or PM string. So if AM PM equals to 0, S will be AM. So always remember that 0 is for AM and 1 is for PM. So else S equals to EM. So that's all for this AM PM part, and then we have to set the text. So as I have already mentioned, this CT. So this CT dot set text, you have to change this text every time this while loop is running. So CT dot set text. Since we have got all our date time variables, now we can set this text. So first we need this current time, current time. So current time will be there. Then we have the R, so it will show the R. Then colon. Then we will show the minute. Then again a colon, and like this format we can show like second, and after that we'll show finally this AM or PM. So show AM S. So and then we have to set the frame visible or update the frame. So frame dot set visible, fr set visible. Let's make this frame also a static, the class variable. So private static frame jframe frame. So after doing this, we can now remove this part. We don't need to. Okay, so this part is done, and let's run this till now, and let's see how it runs. So current time, as you can see, it's really small, but I would try to increase the size after I complete the next part. So that thing will do, but it's working somehow. Let's do that the date part. So for continuing this date part, I need to set date. So date dot set text, like similarly I've done for the CT part. So it will be like, so first will be days. So days is the string, so I want to get the particular string from that string array, so it will be what I got from calling that function. So it will be day of week, and since the indexing starts from 1, we have to deduct 1 to get the actual date. So this will be the first thing that will be set, then separated by a comma, then will be the day. So this is the day of the month, and then it will be separated by a space, and then months of that index that we got, that is month. So after doing this, we have to, the final thing that is remaining is the year. So year is also set. Now let's run this again and see if this works or not. Okay, so as you can see, this is today is Monday, 5th April 2021, and the time is also showing perfect. So now let's change the font and all these things. The main part is done, so let's change the font and let's make this bigger so that we can see this. So font, so font we have to import, so import Java EWT font. Let's import everything. And so for the font, we have to create this font for CT and also for date. So the CT and also for date, here let's create font. So CT dot set font, set font. I would like to create this Helvetica. You can give any font name as you wish. So there are lots of fonts in AWT. So the style will be font dot bold, and the size I would like to keep it, let's say 35, so it will be bigger. Okay, and that's all for this CT. And in date, date set font, new font, also Helvetica, font bold, and the size for this will be lesser than that one, so let's keep it 31. So it will be a smaller size than the current date. So for the next thing we need to do is to create to give a color. So if we want to give a color, so we can do it like date set foreground, so color dot like gray or dark gray. And for this CT, I would like to give the color as CT set background foreground, color dot black. So black is good, and I hope this looks good now. So let's run this also. And Yeah, so it's looking better now, and yes, so it's almost done. So if you want, you can give more, like beautify these things, the panel and everything. So this was very basic, this application on the digital clock. So the main thing over here was this part, this run part, and one thing I want to optimize this part. So for that, see, if I run this Java file, it's showing this current time, but actually this while loop is running too much, and we don't need to run this too much because the actual update is getting only after 1 second. So why waste so much uh, CPU power using the running this while loop too much in a second? So we can just run it in like twice or thrice in just in a second. So for doing that, I would like to sleep, make this thread sleep for some time, maybe like 200 milliseconds. I can sleep it like 200, or 200 will be a good time. So it will be if we create a thread sleep, so we have to handle the exception. So try try block, we have to catch this exception, and let's format this document. And so now that's quite optimized, and let's run this again to see if everything is fine or not. Yes, so it's running fine, and the current time is like, here also I can see the time. It's 9:43 p.m. and it's uh, 5th April 2021. Yes, so it's perfect. And so that's all about this program. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.